What's going on, guys? I've got another NHL 22 video for you. We're looking at all 50 players in the game that have an X factor. I think this is like a pseudo top 50 players in the game list, except we don't get to see their overalls, unfortunately. So starting off here with the X factor shooters, we have Austin Matthews with Shock and Awe, Panarin with Make It Snappy, Pasternak with Schneip. I think we've seen all three of these guys already in different things that were released. Kucherov there, Make It Snappy, Marchand, Make It Snappy, Gensel with Schneip, Ovechkin there with the 1T, very fitting. Carlson, Thunderclap, DeBrincat, Make It Snappy, Crosby, Beautiful Backhand, another very fitting one, Theodore, Heatseeker, Scheifele, Schneip, Stamkos, 1T, Eichel, Make It Snappy, and Dougie Hamilton there, Heatseeker. So if I am right about this being the top 50 players, good to see Hamilton actually makes that list this year, because last year he did not. After that we have Skaters, McKinnon there, Ankle Breaker, which I'll give them credit for, is another one that fits perfectly. Barzal there, Elite Edges, McDavid Wheels, Makar Elite Edges, Point Wheels, Letang in reverse. Hockey IQ, you got Patty Kane, Puck on a String, Seth Jones, Quick Pick, Barkov, All Alone, Pavelski, Big Tipper, that's another really good one, O'Reilly, Quick Draw, Landeskog, Crease Crasher, and Kopitar, Quick Pick. Passers here, you got Draisaitl, Tape to Tape, same with Rantanen, Aho, Third Eye, Marner, Third Eye, Huberdeau, Tape to Tape, Peterson, Third Eye, and then Yossi there with Send It. Defenders here, we have Hedman, Stick 'em Up, Stone with Yoink, Bergeron with Yoink, Couturier, Stick 'em Up, Trangelo, Shut Down, the same with Jacob Slavin. And finally here, goaltenders, Vasilevsky, Contortionist, Carey Price, Post to Post, and then Connor Hellebuck dialed in. Now, if you guys are fast counters, you might have noticed there's actually only 44 players here. Somehow EA forgot 6 players. Luckily, this other website, Real Sport 101, somehow got the real list, even though EA does not have it. So the 6 players are missing. Marc-Andre Fleury here, all or nothing, so another goalie there with 1. You've also got Adam Fox, which makes sense, the Norris winner, with Tape to Tape. Gorilla Kaprizov, also with Tape to Tape. Calder winner, having X Factor makes a lot of sense. Zibanejad there with Magnetic. I don't think anyone else actually has that one. You also have Matthew Tkachuk there with It's Tricky. And finally, Kyle Connor with the Thunderclap one, which I really don't think fits Kyle Connor. He probably should have had Make It Snappy or one of the other wrist shot ones. So right here you'll see it actually says how 7 teams do not get an X Factor player. Anaheim Ducks, Arizona Coyotes, Columbus Blue Jackets, Detroit Red Wings, Ottawa Senators, San Jose Sharks, and Seattle Kraken. So right here is where I think EA messed up. I don't have anything wrong with giving the top 50 players all an X Factor. And by the way, guys, when I'm saying X Factor, I mean like the zone ability, which is the good one. There will be players on these other teams that have superstar abilities, but it's not as good, obviously, than like the zone ability, which is the main one. I think they should have added, 10 X Factors, say, having a nice clean number of 60, and at least gave 1 player with an X Factor to all 7 of these teams. And then with your 3 extras, maybe you give Malkin 1, because he probably deserves 1 on the Pittsburgh. He did not get 1. Maybe Quinn Hughes on the Canucks. I feel like he definitely could have had a tape to tape or, a passing one. And then, a third guy. Honestly, Columbus didn't get 1. They could have had 2. I feel like Laine and Werenski both could have gotten 1. I actually want to go through and decide who I'd give an X Factor to on every single team that didn't get 1. So Anaheim Ducks there, I feel like John Gibson's a pretty obvious choice. And I think I'd give him dialed in, similar to Connor Hellebuck. When he's on his game, he's carrying that team. Arizona Coyotes, I'd probably go for Jacob Chychrun, and I'd probably give him 1 similar to Shea Theodore, because he did lead defenseman in scoring last year, so he'll have the Heat Seeker. Columbus Blue Jackets, as I mentioned, I think Laine and Werenski could get 1. Werenski I'd probably give Heat Seeker to as well, and then Laine I think 1T, similar to Stamkos. The Red Wings there, I think that's another easy one. You got to give it to Larkin, and you definitely give him Wheels, same as McDavid. Then after that, you have the Senators there. I'd probably go with Shabbat, and I think I'd give Shabbat, I guess it's a skating one actually, but I think I would give him the in reverse like Letang. I feel like Shabbat's a really solid skater. I'm not sure if he's quite a good enough shooter or playmaker to get one of the other X Factors. After that, you have the San Jose Sharks. I'd probably go with Carlson or Burns. Maybe give Burns Thunderclap like John Carlson. Or we could give Eric Carlson, say, tape to tape. I think that'd be pretty fair. Actually, guys, I totally forgot about the Send It synergy, which Yossi has. That's definitely the one that would fit Carlson the most. He's got some of the best long-distance passes in the league. Finally, the Seattle Kraken. Kind of a tough one, but honestly, I think I'd give Mark Giordano 1, and I'd go with Shutdown, because he probably is, almost as good as these other guys. And again, when, there's no guy on the team with an X Factor, I feel like it makes sense if, you pick one guy who's maybe not quite on the same level as some of the other guys who got 1. Just because, for instance, my favorite team's the Detroit Red Wings. When I go into play now, I'm going to have the Detroit Red Wings that are single player with X Factors. So already if I'm playing, say, Tampa, they're a much higher rated team. Now they have, I think, 5 guys with X Factors while Detroit has 0. I actually do have a graphic for it, guys, showing how many X Factors each team has. So in the Pacific, you can see Vegas leads there with 3. In the Central, both Colorado and Chicago have 4. Chicago having 4 is quite a surprise because they're not really that great of a team, but two of their guys that have one, they just added this summer in both Seth Jones and Marc-Andre Fleury. Cardinal having 4, though, makes a lot of sense. In the Atlantic, as I mentioned, it's Tampa Bay there with 5. And then in the Metro, it's actually the Rangers tied with the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Rangers there, you know, they might not have made the playoffs last year, but they have some superstars in Panarin, in Fox, in Zibanejad, and then Pittsburgh, of course, Crosby, Gensel, Letang, and like I mentioned, I really think, you know, you could give Malkin an X Factor as well. So those are just my quick thoughts on the 50 players with X Factors. As I mentioned, I think they did a pretty good job for the most part in picking which X Factor each player would get, aside from, you know, 2 or 3, but the big thing for me is just 7 teams not having a single X Factor player. It kind of sucks if you're a fan of that team. So I wish they would, you know, do something to fix that. I guess it's not too late. They probably could just add some in. Again, I'm sure they want a nice round number though, so go 60, add Malkin, add Quinn Hughes, and then you guys can let me know who's that third guy they should add to an already existing team with an X Factor. Maybe, like I said, just Columbus gets 2, and right there would be your 60. But that is going to be it for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, leave that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit the sub button. Have a nice day, guys. Goodbye.